Okay, this morning we're going to show you how to trim seals. Some seals come on wrist rings and some seals come glued to the suit. Of course, we like the wrist rings because if you ever tear one in the field, you can replace it in a matter of less than 60 seconds. But nonetheless, trimming is all the same. In your dry suit manual that you can either get from DUI, should have came with your suit, or you can go on the internet, it has a guide in here that tells you for the wrist diameter here, circumference here, it tells you about which ring to cut on. Now, when we say the word rings, if you look on it, this is a brand new wrist seal, never been used. It's very hard to see in the video, but there are rings. Now, the real purpose for those rings is simply to tell you where to cut, and so you cut in a straight line. They have no other significance. And when you get a pair of scissors, you want to start off with a brand new pair. These are simply scissors purchased at a dry goods store or a stationery store. They're just ordinary everyday scissors. But the thing to remember and never forget, never allow these things to be used to cut paper. Paper is very, very hard and quite different than rubber. If you ever start cutting paper with them, they don't want to cut rubber anymore. So put your scissors away where they can't be used by anybody else, especially the kids when they're cutting out paper dolls. Now, if you want to see what cutting rubber is like, you just take it and right here on the end, because you're not going to use this, just test it so you get the feel for what it's like. And all I do is take the scissors here and put like that. You can see it cuts real easy. I could cut, and actually rubber bands are nothing more than latex that have been cut in strips like that. Now, I then take and once you've done this a number of times or you've worn suits, then you will know what kind of, where your individual wrist ring is. I think I'm a 7. In other words, when I get done, I want to count down here, and I have 7. I will cut where 7 rings end. So at that point, what I'll do is I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I can't be that because that's too small for me. And if you notice, if I squeeze it in half like this, okay, then it's now curved. So I start up here, and I watch real careful as I cut around that curve like that. Bang. Now, then ordinarily what I like to do is use soapy water. But when a seal's brand new, it's not very sticky. So I put my hand in here like this, put my finger in, pull up like this. Now this is much too tight for me. Whenever a seal is rolled like that, just get a hold of the back of it, pull it straight out, and it will unravel. Pull straight out, not back. Okay, now, if you notice here, see how the flesh is sticking up above the seal. Okay, I didn't have that quite all the way enrolled, but there I do. And also you want to make sure that the seal comes in behind the wrist bone. Okay, that's too tight for me. So what I'm going to do is lift this up, pull my hand out. This time I'm going to go back to 5. See how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and at 5, again, I've pressed it in 2. I take the scissors, I come in here, start cutting, and cut all the way around to the corner like so. Oh, that feels much better. The two most common problems that new dry suits divers use is they wear too much lead, and then they end up carrying too much air and create the very thing they want to. Oh, now that's much better. It doesn't need to be very tight. The whole idea is, remember that the blood flow is what carries heat flow. So if I want to have nice warm hands, I have to have blood flow through my hands. If I have it too tight, it makes a tourniquet and my hands will get cold right away. Okay, so, and especially on the neck seal, okay, the two things new divers do wrong, new dry suit divers, they wear too much lead as a rule, and they wear their seals too tight. The idea here is to be comfortable and warm. Comfortable and warm.